Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Selena and I'm a mother of 16-month-old triplets. This channel is all about tips and guidance to get you through pregnancy with triplets and the first year. But I'm also here to share my struggles and mistakes so that hopefully you do better and have an easier journey. So this video is all about setting up a bedroom for triplets, and maybe some mothers of single babies as well will find some of the guidance helpful. So when the babies were really small, we first started off with 3 wooden cribs, and the babies always had their own separate room. We just couldn't manage sort of being in the same room with them. But we also had 2 kind of sofas here, one that could open up as a sofa bed and one that was like a cushy recliner that someone could also kind of sleep on that as well if needed. The babies, we tried to keep them on very synchronized schedules. They fed every 3 hours together. So there's really always someone needed or extra people needed, whether family or friends, to help us with feeding. So the sofas were really handy for that. You know, whenever there was a feeding, someone would take a baby, everyone would sit in their place and kind of feed one of the babies. And someone maybe for the third could sit in the living room or something like that, but at least 2 could be here. Then we also had a small sort of station, really, a formula kind of making station, where there's some sterilized water, some bottles, formula, and as the babies were premature, they had certain medicine and vitamins that they needed. They were also in the room. I mean, that was mainly for efficiency purposes. We really, with 3 screaming babies, we just really wanted to be as efficient as possible. And also them being premature, we're worried about their immunity, so we were kind of trying to keep all of their stuff as separate, as possible from the rest of the household or the kitchen. So that's what it was like really in the early days. As they got older, around sort of 10 months, we found they were going through so many sleep regressions. They really hated their cribs. They were always crying. They always wanted to be out of them. So that's when we actually decided to try out a floor bed. So right now, that's what we have at the moment. As you can see, we just got a mattress. This is actually from IKEA. It's actually really thin. So we're not really worried about them rolling off or anything like that. Obviously, as the babies became more mobile, we got rid of anything like the formula station, sofas, tables, anything that could be dangerous that they could climb on, obviously came out of the room. So yeah, this is where they basically sleep now, and we found that they significantly sleep a lot better. They really just like being together in an open space. So that's what we did, and we had some once they got to the right age, especially after kind of 1 year old, we got a lot more cushy, soft stuff that they could just enjoy and kind of sleep a lot better. The floors, and we got rugs and mats. I'm not sure if I said that already, but in case they rolled off. Now, as they've been getting kind of more mobile and walking a lot more, I'm a worrier, and so I get really worried about the walls because they tend to chase each other around and sometimes just knock into each other. So I ended up getting these kinds of mats, kind of this cushioning to go on the wall. You can actually get these from Amazon. They're not that expensive. They're actually supposed to be play mats on the floor. What we ended up doing is cutting them in half and getting some double-sided tape and just kind of, sticking it all around the wall. So now even if they, get up and they're running around and playing, it's pretty fine because they do knock each other, and it's a good padding as well. Again, I don't know if I'm over the top with that, but I just feel a lot better just knowing that that's kind of covered. Lastly, I think although we kind of dismantled the wooden cribs, but what we did end up sticking with still is travel cloths, which we've actually found much more useful than the old ones. Because whenever we go somewhere, even you could just pack them up and take with you. We're still kind of experimenting with, sometimes the naps. Do we have 2 in the travel cots and 1 on the mattress, or all 3 on the floor still? I mean, we still kind of use them as and when we see works best, but we still do keep them sort of, whenever we need them, basically. And so that is the room that we have set up now, and I feel like it's been working pretty well for the time being, and we'll see what happens next. So I hope you found that helpful. Let me know your thoughts and comments, and maybe you've done the same if you like a floor bed, or if it's worked with you and what you found helpful. Thanks, and see you next time.